Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Scorpio August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is as far as August goes, the Sun will be in Leo from the 1st until the 23rd. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention put on one's career, status, notoriety, recognition, the dominant parent, which is often the father, attaining a position of authority. It could also be as well one's reputation, one's public image, one's stature in life, and social status. Now, in the career, now this could also, given that this is Leo energy, this could be done with a lot of willful energy, a lot of ferocity, perhaps done with also a lot of pride, a lot of dignity, but there might be also some extravagance in connection with this, especially perhaps in matters, perhaps trying to attain some kind of status and recognition, whether you're promoting yourself or some business or what have you, or matters with the dominant parent. Could also be too where a lot of this energy too, this Leo energy could be very strong, very near inexorable energy in these matters, in 10th house related matters as well. But this could also shine the light, so to speak, perhaps on an overly domineering, arrogant, bombastic, supercilious even, perhaps dominant parent, which is again often the father, someone prominent in your career, a person that factors strongly in your public image or reputation, perhaps even so, or maybe even an authority figure. So anyway, next thing up, the Sun will be in Virgo as far as August goes, from the 23rd until the 31st. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, there could be a strong concentration of energy, focus, and attention on friends, acquaintances, goals, aspirations, one's future. Also, it could be money that may be obtained from one's business if you do have one. It could also be about groups, clubs, organizations. There could be a strong focus on that as well, and also perhaps even humanitarian endeavors. So, given that this is you're looking at, and even stepchildren if applicable, given this is Virgo energy, a lot of this may be done in a very systematic and methodical manner, done with a lot of industry, a lot of really a lot of detail, also too perhaps done with a lot of punctuality, dependability, and reliability as well, but perhaps with also a lot of analysis as well. Now, this could also sometimes this could shine the light on perhaps some worrisome energy in matters with your goal, your future in general, and also it could shine the light, so to speak, on perhaps an overly, could be judgmental, critical, pedantic, even. A friend or an acquaintance or someone you may know in some group, club or organization, perhaps. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a full moon in Aquarius on August 15th. So the 4th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, firstly, this could be, in some cases, this could be about the completion or culmination, perhaps of maybe a connection you have with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aquarius characteristics. It could be someone, a home or family member, the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. It might even be someone you're close to home with. It could be some kind of a project at home that finally comes to an end that might have involved a lot of electronic and computer equipment, some kind of installation perhaps in your home that involved a lot of high-tech equipment. This could also be a time too where in some cases, when you're talking about a full moon astrology, it could be a time where one becomes tired, exasperated, or full of something. It could be a time where one becomes rather tired, exasperated, full, so to speak, and overly idiosyncratic, maybe somebody overly eccentric, bizarre, unorthodox, unpredictable, perhaps family member, someone you're close to home with, someone that figures prominent in your home or family life. It could also be the less dominant parent, which is often the mother. And also, too, full moons in astrology can be about unveilings and revelations. This could be about the unveiling or revelation of something unusual you might, or very unanticipated, you might have found out through digging into your roots and your ancestry at this time. Or maybe even some cases it could be about really discovering some qualities you may have at the core, which could be very Aquarius like, such as being very eccentric or unorthodox, even innovative and inventive. Someone has more humanitarian instincts than you otherwise may have known or been cognizant of, and even very selfless qualities at the core. So anyway, next thing up, there will be a new moon in Virgo on August 30th. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, now a lot of cases this could manifest in, some cases this could manifest in the start of a new Virgo-like goal or aspiration, such as something with statistical data, extrapolating data, data entry, computer programming, something with cleaning, organizing, health or hygiene, anything that could be Virgo related. Some of you may be welcoming a new Virgo stepchild. It could be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Virgo traits, and could also be the start of really just incorporating a lot of hard work and industry, really in working toward your future and in goals and aspirations, perhaps at this time. And also maybe even a new Virgo friend or an acquaintance it might be beginning of at this time. And it could be someone, again, that might be a Virgo sun, moon, or ascendant person, or one that embodies Virgo characteristics. Could even be the beginning where you might join some kind of Virgo group, club, or organization, such as something with health or fitness or dieting, or something where a lot of analytics are involved, with a lot of statistical analysis, or anything, just anything that could be Virgo related in general. So anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in Cancer as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 11th. So the 9th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, it could be where you might be getting embroiled in a lot of emotional communications, perhaps with in-laws and grandchildren, maybe more sensitive to criticism and ridicule in connection with those people. And it could also be a time where you might be doing a lot of reminiscing, maybe even brooding or lamenting about past hurts and matters. Perhaps it could be with publishing, with in-laws, grandchildren, matters at a religious congregation or college, university, but also being able to speak, really extemporize in your speech with 9th house people at this time. And as I've stated before, Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Cancerian, sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Cancerian traits and might figure more prominently in your college education. It could be matters with in-laws, your grandchildren. It could be also matters with your philosophy, perhaps your religion. It could be also too maybe foreign travel as well. And also this could be about dealing with, Mercury can also be about neighbors. So this could manifest in some cases as dealing with rather sympathetic, nurturing neighbors that might care about your religion. Maybe if you're involved in some matter pertaining to the law, might show some concern in connection with that. Maybe helping you out with grandchildren if you do have any. So anyway, well, the next thing up is Mercury will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 11th until the 29th. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. At this time, well, you might find yourself dominating conversations with the dominant parent, with authority figures, people prominent in your career, older people, business matters. You might be talking like you know maybe a little bit more than you don't in these matters as well. And it might be a time where you might be boasting and bragging about your career attainments and achievements and where you are in terms of your stature in life, and maybe any notoriety and recognition you may have received. And again, as I've stated before, Mercury can also be about neighbors. So hold on a moment, people. This could be about Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Leo characteristics as far as siblings go. And they might figure more prominently your public image, your reputation, your stature in life, maybe even helping you attain a position of authority or some business matter. And also, too, it might be also dealing with like know-it-all neighbors that might be very arrogant or egotistical and think they know better than you in terms of what you should do, in terms of what position you should attain as far as your career goes, your stature in life and social status, and maybe even your dealings with the dominant parent, which is often the father. But really, this could also be about creative writing, doing something very creatively as far as writing goes that might help you attain some kind of notoriety or some kind of recognition at this time. So anyway, next thing up, Mercury will be in Virgo as far as August goes from the 29th until the 31st. So the 11th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, you could be this could be about a lot of analytical communications and perhaps with friends, acquaintances, people you know at groups, clubs, organizations. Could also be where maybe you're communicating a little bit more maybe in a pedantic manner, or using a lot of, you could say, big words or very highly a very advanced vocabulary, perhaps with 11th house people at this time, but also where people are being a little bit more critical and judgmental in their speech as far as 11th house matters go at this time. And when you're talking about Mercury and Virgo energy, a lot of this could manifest in people becoming maybe exasperated at perhaps you not thinking as fast as them, or maybe vice versa as well, as far as friends, acquaintances go, and perhaps even stepchildren in some cases. Now, again, as I've stated before, that Mercury can also be about siblings. This could be about Virgo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Virgo traits that might figure prominently in your goals, your aspirations, your future even, and maybe even matters in some kind of group, club, or organization that you may be involved in, or maybe encouraging you to get involved in one if you're not currently in them. So it could also be the time we might be communicating about Virgo type goals and aspirations, such as something with health, diet, fitness, something where you're dealing with statistical data, or something where you're doing a lot of analysis. It could be something very detail oriented, such as something with like computer programming, data entry, something which requires a lot of acute attention to detail, being punctilious with details. So anyway, last but not least, Venus will be in Leo as far as August goes, from the 1st until the 21st. So the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, well, this could be about a lot of extravagant spending on perhaps matters with your career, or attaining some kind of notoriety or recognition, such as if you're promoting yourself like on Facebook or some social media site. It could be also too where if you're unattached at this time, a Scorpio, you may connect with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Leo characteristics that might figure prominently in your stature in life, your direction you may be going in your career, your public image, your reputation, perhaps, and even helping you maybe even attain a position of authority. It could also be about valuing courage, fortitude, valor, generosity, even extravagance in some cases, and extroversion and gregariousness in terms of perhaps in matters with your career, maybe matters with the dominant parent, which is often the father, authority figures at this time. It could be also too where there's really where when you're talking about Venus and Leo energy, again, It could be very extravagant energy, but it could also be about loving with a lot of ferocity, and doing so perhaps with people that are 10th house related at this time, and loving very loudly, really, where you're not making any bones about who you love at this time, and really and really holding back as far as this goes. Venus and Leo energy could be about loving very loudly and proudly, and very demonstratively. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for my Scorpio August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 1 of 2. And stay tuned next time, where I'll be giving you my Scorpio August 2019 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because astrologically speaking, the person is the sum of all their components in their natal chart and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.